Ever wonder about the president who followed Abraham Lincoln? The one who had the monumental task of putting the country back together after the Civil War? Let's dive into the fascinating and often controversial life of Andrew Johnson, the 17th President of the United States, born into poverty in a log cabin in Raleigh, North Carolina. Johnson's early life was a true rags to riches story. He never spent a single day in a formal schoolroom. Instead, he was apprenticed to a tailor as a young boy. It was during this time that he taught himself to read, and later, with the help of his wife, Eliza McArdle, he learned to write and do arithmetic. This self-made man's spirit would define his entire political career. Johnson moved to Greenville, Tennessee, and his tailoring shop became a hub for local political debate. He was a gifted speaker, and his fiery speeches championing the common man quickly gained him a following. He rose through the political ranks with incredible speed. Alderman, mayor, state representative, state senator, U.S. representative, governor of Tennessee, and finally U.S. senator. He was the only Southern senator who remained loyal to the Union when his state, Tennessee, seceded. This loyalty caught the eye of Abraham Lincoln in 1864. Looking to promote national unity for his re-election campaign, Lincoln, a Republican, chose Johnson, a Democrat from a Confederate state, as his vice president. It was a strategic move to show that the Union was for everyone. No one could have predicted that just 6 weeks after their inauguration, Lincoln would be assassinated, thrusting Andrew Johnson into the presidency as president. Johnson was immediately at odds with the radical Republicans in Congress. His plan for Reconstruction was lenient towards the former Confederate states. He offered quick pardons to many former Confederates and allowed Southern states to pass black codes, laws that severely restricted the rights of newly freed African Americans. He believed in a swift restoration of the Union, but showed little interest in protecting the civil rights of the formerly enslaved. This conflict with Congress came to a head in 1868. Congress passed the Tenure of Office Act, which restricted the president's power to fire cabinet members without Senate approval. Johnson, believing the act was unconstitutional, deliberately violated it by firing his Secretary of War. Edwin Stanton, the House of Representatives, responded by impeaching him, making him the first U.S. president to be impeached. The trial in the Senate was a national spectacle. In the end, Johnson was acquitted by a single vote, and he served out the remainder of his term after leaving the White House. Johnson's political career wasn't over. In an incredible comeback, he was elected to the U.S. Senate once again in 1875, becoming the only former president to serve as a senator. He died just a few months into his term. Andrew Johnson's presidency is one of the most debated in American history. Was he a defender of the Constitution, standing against an overreaching Congress? Or was he a stubborn obstacle to progress and racial justice in the critical years after the Civil War? His story is a powerful reminder of how complex history can be, and how the decisions made over 150 years ago continue to shape the world we live in today. What do you think about Andrew Johnson's legacy? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into history, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.